Redbridge amongst your surprise leaders at the top of the National League, but of course, will they be there at the end of the season? We've got the latest round of matches, and of course, in a thick and fast, ready, steady, go atmosphere at the National League, and they're coming up to you next. Right, folks, Babbles going on the prediction video today. We look forward to match day number, is it 4 already or is it 5? I don't even know. Of course, in the National League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If, of course, you're brand new to the channel, make sure you smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, keep your bang up to date. All things National League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here under one roof. Of course, it is match number 4 over in the National League, and of course, the likes of Dagenham are joined by Chesterfield, Boreham, of course, hot on the heels is Woking and the chasing pack. Of course, there's already the second match of this week. We had, of course, a bank holiday game on Monday. And, of course, the likes of Deadpool FC could only muster a point. We'll have a look at all of that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. Do appreciate it, and thank you for your support. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end and have a look at how we all got on last time around. Bring you bang up to date with, of course, the Prediction League. So here we go. Of course, another look at, of course, the National League. Here are the results for those Monday matches. Of course, I think it was a full fixture list, of course. Aldershot, what are they doing? 2-1 loss to Yeovil Town. Of course, big win for them as well. Shame on me. Bromley didn't win. They lost, of course, against Eastleigh. Actually, they did win, sorry. I actually went with the Eastleigh win, but, of course, Bromley picked up a clean, big old fat 3-0 win in the end. Dover got themselves lost to Boreham in the end. Over in Dover, of course. 2-1 win was my pick. Not too shabby there. Barnet, again, what was I thinking? 2-0 win for them. Of course, it was 2-0 the other way for Dagenham to go top of the pops. Weymouth against Maidenhead was a 3-1 win for Weymouth. I actually went with the 1-0 win myself, not too shabby. Halifax Town did beat Altrincham, 2-0 win on the day. Of course, I went with the 2-1 win as well. Lynn, I think I must have got that one right. I don't know why it's red, but you know what? I'm colourblind. It looks yellow to me. I don't see colour me. That's right. Lynn, 2-0 loss. Chesterfield picked up the W in the end. Stockport against Grimsby was a 2-1 win was my pick. Of course, it was a 0-0 draw in the end. Torquay United, they were supposed to win, but they lost 4-0 to Woking. What a shame on that. Big win as well for Woking. Wealdstone against Southend was a 0-0 draw, one with the 1-0 win for Southend, and of course the big one at the end there, one with the 3-1 win for Deadpool FC, but of course only a draw, 1-1 in the end. As you can see, he got himself 4 out of whatever it is, 11 or something like that, which is not too great. Dagenham and Redbridge lead the charge. Chesterfield not too far away either. Boreham also in the top 3. Of course, at the foot of the table, Dover with that negative 12 goal difference or points tally there. Aldershot also in a bit of trouble down the back end alongside Eastleigh, but of course that could all change as we head into the next round of matches. But this is the situation for the league. We only had a small guy. Only small guys were switched on to the fact of the Bank Holiday Monday games. Of course, there was no other games in the English tiers, just this one. But Andrew Barnet alongside Yannick Buster came out on top with 8. Not too shabby there. Of course, what's that done to the overall table for the manager or the predictor of the month for the National League? It is Russell Frost. Well, of course it is. Of course it bloody is. Yannick Buster up there as well. Again, when we come back around, I don't know when it will be. It might be 2 match days time, because it might actually be the next time we come around, actually, because I'm on the road. But we'll figure out how to do this predictor of the month. It'll be a spinning thing or a coin toss or something. We'll work it all out. There can only be one. There can only be one, of course, and we'll see how it goes. Again, the more the predictors of the month you get, the more chances you have at the end of the season. So we'll talk a look about that as, of course, we get into it. We have a static link now, of course. We might have even a static link last time around, but it is here. So when, of course, you get your predictions in, we'll put them in. You just go to this link and you go into it right here, right now. So let's get into it. I've got to get cracking. I'm doing live streams right here, right now. So this is sandwiched in between it all. So let's get going then, shall we? Of course, Altrincham will take on Dover Athletic. Of course, this will be the 6 times they played each other since 2014. 3 wins for Dover, 1 win for Altrincham and 1 draw. The biggest win for Altrincham over Dover was a 1-0 win. The biggest win the other way is a 2-1 win. Last time, of course, they played each other in Altrincham was a 2-1 win for Dover, of course. Last time that Altrincham beat Dover, they've never beaten Dover in the last 5 or 6 occasions, of course, at Altrincham. So this, of course, will be a chance for them to rectify those odds. Of course, coming into this, Altrincham not great. 1-1 lost one so far this season. Dover, of course, with that negative 12 points to kind of gobble up as well. So they're probably already relegated, you would think, on the grand scheme of things. I do have basic odds on this one. Altrincham are your favourites. Of course, Dover are your long shots on this one. Gone with Altrincham to take it to the house with the 1-0 win as well. Make sure you get your picks in using the code. Boreham against Stockport County. This could be a bit of a zinger as well on this one. as of course they lock horns this coming weekend, of course, on the 4th of September. Played the 4 times in 2019, 2 wins for Boreham, 1 win for Stockport, and 1 draw, of course. The biggest win for Boreham over Stockport was a 4-0 win. The biggest win in the end, the only win, was a 3-0 win for Stockport. Of course, heading into this, last time I played in Boreham was a 3-0 win for Stockport. That was, of course, back in April 2021, when, of course, they should probably be in the mix for promotion. Kicking off forward, of course, Boreham so far so good for them. 3 wins out of 3. Stockport unbeaten so far, picking up, actually, tell a lie, they did lose to Dagenham. 1-1 lost, 1 drew one, sorry, for Stockport. I gave you some hopes and dreams there. Of course, bookies odds on this one, Boreham are underdogs for this one. Of course, your away win is your favourites. That is Stockport on this. So I'm going to go with a home win myself on this one, Boreham with the momentum, with the spring in the step. And of course, I will fancy the chances to remain top of the pops. Next, of course, or in that mix anyway. Next, of course, we also have fellow top of the pop contenders. It is Dagenham Redbridge up against Wealdstone, of course. Played each other 3 times 2016, 3 wins out of 3 for Dagenham. Wealdstone, of course, no wins at all. The biggest win for Dagenham over Wealdstone was a 5-day win, and they come into this 83% form, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games. Of course, 3 wins from 3 for them. Of course, beating likes of Barnet, Bromley and Stockport. On the flip side, Wealdstone, just 1 draw so far. That was against Southend last time around. Of course, you would fancy Dagenham and Redbridge at the moment with, of course, the spring and the step at the top of the table, the odds, and that is the way it is. Of course, red hot favourites for them. Of course, long shots, uber underdogs. That is Wealdstone. That's where I'm going to go with as well. Dagenham and Redbridge to take it to the house. Eastleigh will take on Kings Lynn, of course, also this weekend. Of course, Eastleigh need the points. Kings Lynn could also do with some points as well. Heading into split each other twice since 2021. Of course, it's been 2 wins and 2 for Kings Lynn. The biggest win for Kings Lynn was a 2-1 win, and last time I played over in Eastleigh, it was just a 1-0 win for Kings Lynn. Heading into this though, Kings Lynn picking up 1 win in the past 3 games, losing to Southend on opening day, also losing to Chesterfield as well. Of course, their 1 and only win was on the road, so you never know, you might get another one here. As for Eastleigh, back-to-back defeats, yet to score a goal so far in this league for them. Of course, heading into this, Eastleigh are your favourites for this one. Kings Lynn are your underdogs on this one, but I don't know. I think I've gone with a draw. That's right, 0-0 in the end to separate them right down the middle. Chesterfield up against Bromley. Again, Chesterfield, you'd fancy them to take this one, but of course their record though against Bromley is not great. Played each other 6 times in 2018. It's been 3 wins for Bromley, 1 win for Chesterfield, and 2 draws. The biggest win for either 2 sides over each other was a 2-1 win. Heading into this, the last time played each other though at Chesterfield was a 2-1 win for Bromley. In fact, the last time the home side beat the away side was 2-1 win for Bromley back in 2019. Of course, Chesterfield coming to this 3 wins on the spin for them, 3 clean sheets as well, 3 2-0 wins in succession. As for the opposition, Bromley, they come to this on the back of that 3-0 win against Eastleigh, and of course a loss against Dagenham as well, so they could be a bit of an awkward unit as well. But you've got to fancy Chesterfield. They are red hot favourites, of course, on this one. Bromley are your underdogs as well. I'm going to go with a win for Chesterfield, of course, to take it to the house. Grimsby have yet to really get going, but they're going to be taking on Barnet. Of course, should be a nailed home win, you'd think. Played each other 19 times in 2005, 12 wins for Grimsby, 4 wins for Barnet, and 3 draws. The biggest win for Grimsby over Barnet, 5-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-0 win. Last time I played each other, of course, at Grimsby, of course, was in April 2018. It was in League 2. It was a 2-2 draw. Of course, last time that Grimsby beat Barnet at home was in 2015 in the National League as well. Grimsby coming to this unbeaten so far, so pretty good. Of course, yet to concede a goal as well, so beaten Weymouth, drawn with Stockport. On the flip side, Barnet coming to this just the 1 point so far, just the 1 goal scored as well, conceding quite a fair bit along the way, so not great for them. Of course, you would fancy them. The Grimsby are your favourites on this one. Barnet, your underdogs. Going to go with the Grimsby win on this one, 2-1 win in the house. That's right. Maidenhead, they're going to be taking on, of course, Torquay United. That's right, of course, locking horns for the 6th time. The previous 5, 3 was Torquay, 2 for Maidenhead, no draws. The biggest win for Maidenhead over Torquay was a 4-1 win. The biggest win the other way was a 4-0 win. That's right. Last time I played in Maidenhead was that 4-1 win. That was back in March 2021. Of course, in the National League. Maidenhead coming to this 1-2 lost one. Of course, picked up a couple of wins against Dover and Halifax. Lost to Weymouth last time around. Torquay coming to this yet to really get going. Just the 1 point so far, conceding a buttload of goals at home as well. Their only point coming on the road at Notts County. Of course, look at the situation in the bookies. We have, what are we looking at this one? Maidenhead. Maidenhead is very, very tight. I think Maidenhead nick it with of course, their form. I've gone with a draw myself. 1-1 on this one. Torquay yet to really surprise us what they're all about. Notts County up against Aldershot. You would fancy Notts County here, home. Of course, played each other 8 times. Of course, it cut to 2008. 3 was Aldershot, 2 for Notts County, 3 draws. Aldershot look shit, really do. Played each other, the biggest win for Notts County, 3-1 win. The biggest win in the was a 1-0 win. Last time around, of course, at Notts County was in fact that 1-0 win for Aldershot. That was back in March 2021. Notts County so far 3 defeats on the spin for them. Just the 1 goal scored, losing to Yeovil, Boreham and Chesterfield. Of course, a couple of those are decent opposition. On the flip side, Notts County yet to really get going. 5 points, but they are unbeaten. Picking up a win and a couple of draws as well. Drawing with Wrexham, of course, should be up there or thereabouts. So they've had a tough start, the Deadpool FC. They are your red hot favourites, Notts County. Aldershot are your long shots. Of course, I'm going big on this one. 3-0 win for Notts County in the end. Kicking on forward, we have, who do we have? We have Solihull Moors. up against Weymouth, of course. Again, locking horns this coming weekend. Played each other twice in 2021. One win for Solihull Moors, and of course nothing for Weymouth. One draw as well. Solihull Moors unbeaten so far this season, picking up 3 draws on the spin. However, last time they played each other, these two sides, 2-1 win for Solihull Moors at Solihull. Heading into this, of course, the draws against Barnet, Wrexham, and of course, who else? That was it. 2 draws so far this season. On the flip side, Weymouth coming to this, not too shabby for them. One win, lost a couple, picked up a win against Maidenhead last time around. But of course, the situation the bookies has Solihull Moors as your favourites quite convincingly as well. They are red hot favourites. Yep, they are going to go with them as well. 2-1 win at home to take it to the house. Into the final 2 now we have Southend United up against Deadpool FC. That's right, it is Wrexham over at Roots Hall. Of course, played each other 3 times in 2002. 3 wins out of 2 3 wins out of 3 for Wrexham over Southend. The biggest win was a 3-0 win. Last time they played each other over at Roots Hall was a 1-0 win for Wrexham. That was back in 2002 in League 2, of course. So far, okay for Wrexham. Just they did pick up a win against Eastleigh, 2-0 win. In the end, they drew with Notts County last time around. They also drew with Solihull Moors as well. So 1-1 lost, 1-1 drew a couple. On the flip side, Southend though unbeaten. So they could not actually tell a lie. They 1-1 lost, 1 drew 1. They lost to Stockport, beat Kings Lynn, drew with Wealdstone as well. So a bit hot and cold at the moment for Southend. Wrexham are your. They are your favourites, but only slight. It's very, very slight on this one. I've actually gone with a 2-1 win, narrow win for Wrexham in the end to take it to the house, of course. And then finally, as a zinger at the end, is Yeovil up against Halifax Town. It's tough to call this one. Played the 5 times 2003. 3 wins for Yeovil, 1 win for Halifax Town, 1 draw. The biggest win for Yeovil over Halifax, 2-0 win. The biggest win there was a 3-0 win. Last time I played over in Yeovil was a 3-0 win for Halifax. That was back in May 2021. Halifax so far pretty good for themselves. Played 3, 1, 2, drew. Played 2, 3. That's a bit of a 3, 1, 2, lost 1. Of course, the one loss was against Maidenhead. Picked up wins against Woking. Picked up a win against Altrincham. On the flip side, Yeovil coming to this 1-1 lost 1, I believe, so far for them. Bookies odds on this one. It is tight. It is very, very tight. Narrow margins on this one. I've gone with a narrow away win, of course, for Halifax to surprise us all. That's my picks, boys and girls. That is my pickaroos. Be sure to give the video some loving. Of course, make sure you get your predictions in using the savvy code, static code, of course, as we look forward to match number 4 in the National League already. Of course, give the video some loving. Smash your thumbs up. Smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is. Until then, we're done.